Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this afternoon mountain weather update. To radar first, this is our current storm system, which will sit and spin in the Pacific Northwest for one more day, and then the whole thing is going to drop to the south with the northern branch. It will buckle, and then it will target Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. 312, 313, 314, and 315. But you can see where it's snowing right now. Look at that snow headed towards Revelstoke, interior BC, snowing up through Washington, Oregon, and the coastal range of BC as well. All right, here's what I'm seeing this afternoon. So Revelstoke, you've got 8 to 10 inches coming between now and 312. You can see the timeline for the Tetons and the Wasatch. An initial wave of light snow, afternoon, evening 311, won't amount to much. Your moderate accumulations come 312, 313. And then a unique setup for Colorado. The low is going to strengthen, tighten, and slow down. In southeast Colorado, the Texas Panhandle, northern New Mexico, somewhere in that area. And that's going to sit and throw moisture back with an easterly type of wind over Denver, the Front Range, and it will enhance the lift over the Continental Divide and in southern Colorado. So we're going to see some bigger totals as a result in those areas. So you can see when the heavy accumulation hits Colorado, that's 313. Moderate 314, light 315, and in the northeast, you've got light snow accumulation trickling into tomorrow. All right, let me take you back. I want to show you water vapor satellite imagery. Here's what we're looking at. There's our first storm hitting the Pacific Northwest for one more day. Another big low behind it. Both of these are being guided by the northern branch. Eventually this buckles and the whole thing is allowed to slip down into Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Wyoming. In fact, you can see it on the jet forecast. So everything's up in the Pacific Northwest all the way through tomorrow. And then 312, it changes. Look at the trough building down through the Intermountain West. It's deeper on 313, still there 314. Watch the low get cut off. Retrograde back through Arizona. And so we're going to see some snow through southern Utah and Arizona, snow bowl, as a result of this retrograding. There's 316. There's a big high pressure ridge over the Pacific Northwest and BC, 316, 17, 18. A little bit of a dip there over Colorado and Wyoming. We might see something try to slip south there on Sunday. There's 318, 319. So that big high pressure ridge continues, Pacific Northwest and BC through 319. All right, putting precip on top of all of this. So there's 5:30 today. There's tomorrow morning, a little initial wave, but here comes the next storm system. And it dives down with the northern branch into Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, and Colorado by 3:13 in the morning. You can see where it's snowing. Watch this. It starts as rain in Denver. It's probably all snow above 6,000, 6,500, 7,000 feet. This is 3:13 at 5:30. Changes over to snow by the morning of 3:14. So it does turn colder across Denver and the Front Range by 3:14. Still seeing heavy snow on the Continental Divide of Colorado down into southern Colorado. And here's 3:14, end of day. The storm dives to the south, retrogrades back. You've got snow in southern Colorado, northern New Mexico, Arizona, and southern Utah. Rain over Las Vegas. Here's 3:15, end of day. There's 3:16. It's still sitting and spinning. And there it is. A little extra disturbance on Sunday tries to dive south into that trough, straight down through Wyoming into Colorado. We'll have to see if that holds in the forecast. But there it is. And 318 down into Taos by 319. I mean, you can see how clear it is up in the Pacific Northwest and BC with that high pressure ridge. Okay, latest grand totals. Here it is by late 319. Obviously, the numbers that jump out are Colorado, northern New Mexico. The bulk of this comes from that storm that spins up on 312, 313, 314, 315. And then there is that second kicker that comes south on Sunday, which I think is the 17th. So there's some additional accumulation from that. But the bulk of what you see right there comes with that storm system. I believe the prime days in Colorado are 313, 314. 1 to 2 feet, especially over the Continental Divide and in southern Colorado. Some big numbers. The Wasatch has been kind of flat, 4 to 8, 4 to 9, 4 to 10, 6, something like that. 6 to 8 over the Tetons, about 8 in Big Sky. Again, another 8 to 10 coming for Revelstoke and Red Mountain, 1 to 2 feet Pacific Northwest, and 6, 7, 8 inches across Tahoe. Okay, breaking it down by time period. Rest of today through tomorrow, really all the accumulations up in the Pacific Northwest and BC. Time period 2, things start to drop south. We start to see the accumulation in Colorado begin to pile up, and there are your numbers through the Tetons and the Wasatch as that storm goes by. Final time period 3:15 through 3:19, so we add additional accumulation in Colorado and northern New Mexico, and keep in mind there's that kicker storm on 3:17. So that's how we get to that 1 to 2 foot mark across a lot of Colorado. Let's go to the northeast. So again, some light residual accumulation into tomorrow, and then there might be 1 or 2 additional chances of snow down the road. Temperatures look marginal down the road, so my confidence is a little bit lower, but I think we'll end up with something like these types of numbers, so light to moderate accumulations. All right, let me just end on the grand total map. I'm going to keep an eye on the storm system for Colorado and just see how it plays out, because it could get quite interesting. 313, 314, 315 as this thing spins up. I mean, again, we could be looking at 1 to 2 feet of accumulation, potentially more. I mean, you see Silverton, you see Kuchara, they're over 2 feet. So let's see how it looks tomorrow and see where the setup is and the storm track and whether or not there's enough cold air for lower elevations. All these little things are kind of important in the forecast. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in here this afternoon to this update. Always appreciate it, and take care.